Folks, Pastor Rocky Branch, hope you're doing well today. You know, the Bible tells a story about Jesus feeding the 5,000. Another time he fed the 4,000. And in that situation, when they had been following Jesus for a period of time, it became evening, and the disciples said to Jesus, "Send the crowd away." And Jesus, the Bible said, had compassion on them and asked about feeding them. And the disciples said, "We don't have enough money to feed them. We only have a little bit of money. We don't have enough to take care of the whole crowd anyway." So the Bible tells the story about a young boy that has a sack lunch, and he brings a few fish and a little bit of bread, and he gives that to Jesus, and Jesus blesses it and feeds the whole multitude, and they take up 12 baskets full. What a great story that is, and a great miracle. But here's something interesting about the story. There's two things that happen that are very critical. One is compassion, the other one is giving. Now, Jesus had compassion on the crowd. The young boy was willing to give his lunch. As a result of that, you and I are blessed of God in many ways. And sometimes we see folks that are less fortunate than we, maybe not poor folks necessarily, on the street I mean, or people living in projects. Not like that I'm talking about, even though that is something we ought to be concerned about. But I'm talking about people that are less spiritually than you are, or maybe have a big house and maybe have a lot of things going materially, but they're poor spiritually. So you and I need to understand that compassion is a wonderful thing. Compassion is something that we reach out and we're willing to help other people by the grace that God has given to us. Now, the young boy had a sack lunch. It was enough for him, but it certainly wasn't enough for thousands of people, especially with 12 basketfuls left over. But the young boy was willing to give what he had. It wasn't much, and it certainly could not sustain a crowd of that size, but with the blessing of God, it was able to do great things. I want to tell you, you may think today that you don't have very much to offer, but let me encourage you that if you'll put it in God's hands, He can multiply it and do great things with it. It starts with compassion. It ends with giving. God will do the rest. God bless you. We love you, and goodbye.